Okay, this will be an interesting one. My last demo of the shoe coin box was a fucking fail. It was a failure, folks. I'm really disappointed I didn't do any more, but I know that I can't win with everything. Not everything I demo works out. And I do have to accept that these things inevitably happen, because doing what I do is highly experimental, and the things I encounter are extremely difficult to predict if they're going to be any good. And they often display what I call potential, and yet they often turn out to be duds. And I have to accept that, folks. It's difficult for me to accept it when after I've done it and it's gone for more than 12 minutes. And I really hate it when that happens, but I have to accept it and somehow just be gracious about it. But I'm an artist, and artists often this is what we're doing, and artists often put high expectations on themselves. They get really angry when things don't work out. Often what the artist hates is not noticeable to the average punter. And often what the artist hates, can often probably even be a winner to those people who are just ordinary folk, or even other artists. I mean, I've seen lots of art I'm pretty sure I've seen art that gets thrown away, and I think, wow, this would be a good piece that I could use, and yet the artist hates what they've created. Now, this is interesting. So the artist often hates more than the average punter the things that they supposedly do wrong. So I have to accept that I do create shit every now and then, or often, but some pieces I just have such high expectations for, and I really want to see a success, and I really want to see something good because it's got potential. And it really hurts when I can't bring out that potential, or I think I should have done it differently, that I should have given up one method or way of creating and put in another. But yeah, it's just a part of the art of what I call demoing. And objects were never meant to be photocopied, whether it be clothing or books or magazines. They were never meant to be reproduced, at least not in this creative kind of manner. And that's it, it's not designed for that. And I have to accept that goes with demoing, is that these magazines or these objects or clothing are never meant to be replicated. So, they weren't designed to be easily to be replicated. Even magazines. That looks a bit better. So, I like this and I don't like it. Trying to see where the centre of the job is going to be. Going there for some reason. I'm going to pull it up. This does look nice, but it's not what I'm after. Again, I got to make an effort. Sometimes I do pull up too soon and declare that it's over, and it didn't have to be over. So we're going to just make this, I think a negative positive will be a better thing we'll use. Background colour, we'll make it red. Okay, Marie Claire back on. So we're going to make this demo better. Oops, we've got to get rid of that. Anyway, that looks really quite nice. I do think we could perhaps stretch it horizontally and make that, keep that as the centre of the job. We'll stretch it slightly horizontally, not too much. Right, that looks good. So the horizontal is going to be 130 and the vertical is going to be a paltry 104. we're going to keep this in negative mode by removing negative, because two negatives equal a positive. We don't want a positive out of this. Okay, actually I've got to make sure this is lighter. So this is our Marie Claire. I don't read Marie Claire, I don't read hardly anything. I'm not a reader as a general rule. I'm going to just line this up against the edge. See how that looks as a piece. Yeah, that looks interesting. We've got a lot of the hair, even though the hair looks nice. You can mainly see the face. Wondering if maybe we should move it back a bit, and we might have to tweak the hue on this as well. So I'm just going to move it back a fair amount. Let's try and straighten it. Now I'm going to have to add a bit of hue to make it look a little bit nicer. Going to make it warmish. I don't know how this is going to look. Yeah, that looks better, and the colour looks better, even though our red's turned to magenta, but at least that looks a bit, the skin looks, it doesn't look much different actually, strangely enough. I do think, even though I like hair, it'd be good to put the face a bit closer to the edge, and you can see another face there as well. So, but yeah, that's turned into a magenta. The red's turned magenta. Going to move it across a considerable amount. Yeah, that looks a lot better actually. We got that face there in the centre a think we can, don't know, run with it. That's a tough choice. I do wonder if I could show more, or whether this is pretty much going to be it. But that looks nice, that face, and I can just see it's on the edge. I sort of feel I got to push it over, but I'm actually thinking my intuition is telling me not to. So these are our pieces to our demo. But yeah, I always try when I'm demoing to make a really good set of 15, because I shoot these normally in sets of 15, and I like each demo to be really good. But as you saw with my last demo, the shoe, the coin box of the shoe coin box, I didn't do it very well, but I have to accept, as I said, that they don't always work, and the things that I photocopy are not typically designed for that. Almost never designed. Even artwork. Art is not normally intended for replication, nor are everyday objects, especially everyday objects. Okay. This is going to be hopefully a good one. Anyway, right. That looks interesting. I think now we can call this demo quits.